You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, the battle between Disney, ESPN, and Charter Spectrum just got very, very ugly. As you guys know, Spectrum customers were actually treated to a little gift right before the kickoff of Florida versus Utah. ESPN and all Disney-owned channels were pulled from Spectrum customers, and customers were very, very outraged. In ESPN, they paid a huge price. As week one, the ratings anyway, they were down 44% from last year. Disney is suffering. Well, guys, the customers of Spectrum, they are very, very upset with Spectrum. These people wanted their college football. They wanted the U.S. Open. They wanted their sports, among other things as well. Well, guys, they are now suing Charter over the blackout. Look at this, guys. It says here on the Hollywood Reporter, Charter hit with a class action lawsuit over Disney carriage showdown. It says here the ongoing carriage dispute keeping Disney channels off of Spectrum, Charter Communications cable TV service, has led to a proposed class action against Charter from its subscribers, who claim they were used as pawns in a clear money grab from the cable powerhouse. The lawsuit filed on Tuesday in Florida federal court faults Charter for allegedly declining an offer from Disney to extend negotiations, which would have kept Disney-owned channels like the ESPN networks up for consumers in the middle of major programming events, including the U.S. Open tennis tournament and college football. It seeks an order that would require Charter to cease blacking out Disney channels or provide reimbursement for those that are not being provided. Charter has offered customers a $15 rebate, but only if they call in to customer service. So that is pretty much in line with a lot of the prices that Charter would actually have to pay Disney. So when you look at your cable bill, ESPN is something like $9 on a cable bill, and now they're talking about a $15 rebate. So that's roughly, I would say, in line. I don't know the exact numbers right there, but that's pretty close right there. The proposed class action alleges breach of contract and violations of Florida consumer protection laws. It looks to represent all Charter customers whose access to Disney-owned networks was cut off by the blackout, as well as a smaller class of Florida customers who were charged the entirety of their bill despite not being allocated access to all the advertised services. Charter is the second largest cable TV company in the U.S. with roughly 14.7 million subscribers. Yeah, on a yearly basis, guys, ESPN is going to lose out on something like $2.2 billion. Just gone immediately since, like they said, Charter is the second largest cable provider here. And guys, this is going to get ugly here. It really is going to get ugly because Spectrum has said they're willing to let go of all of ESPN because they really don't care at this point. And I believe, that Charter should actually stick to their guns here, really stick it to Disney. I'm not a fan of Disney. I'm not a fan of ESPN. So when they're suffering, they're losing billions of dollars, I'm all for it here. It goes on. It says, on August 31st, Charter customers abruptly experienced an outage of services before the start of the University of Florida and University of Utah college football game, which kicked off the college football season. When viewers tuned in to ESPN to watch the game, they were met with a message from Charter that blamed Disney for removing its programming from Spectrum. See, that's kind of the confusion here, guys, because Charter is saying that Disney is the one that actually removed their programming, but now these subscribers are saying that Charter's the one. Who actually did it? I thought it was actually Disney that decided to say, hey, we're pulling all of our networks off of your cable programming. But anyway, it goes on. It says, quote, "We offered Disney a fair deal, yet they are demanding an excessive increase, which I'm pretty sure they are because Disney's losing a whole bunch of money and cable keeps getting more and more expensive. So I'm not surprised that Disney wants to charge them an arm and a leg, and Spectrum is saying, nah, we don't want to do it. But anyway, it goes on, quote, they also want to limit our ability to provide greater customer choice in programming packages, forcing you to take and pay for channels you may not want. We are very disappointed with their position, which has negatively impacted our customers. So people that really don't want to watch ESPN, Charter is saying, we don't want to make them pay for it. Now, in the past, ESPN made their money based on people not actually watching ESPN because that was a part of the cable package. But times are changing, guys. Times are changing. The consumer, and even if you actually have like a Sling, you can actually choose whether or not if you want ESPN. You actually may want Fox over ESPN, and you actually have that choice over there on Sling. Not always the case in all these streaming services, but Sling is the one that actually comes to mind right now because you can actually choose between Fox or ESPN, or you can actually choose both, and you get a bit of a discount here. The dispute has continued to keep Charter customers from accessing Disney channels, including the SEC and ACC networks, FX, and National Geographic. The suit says consumers continue to suffer damages in the form of monetary losses due to overcharges for undelivered services, as well as the inconvenience of having to find alternatives to watch their desired programming. Now, for me, if it was me, I would have cut the cord a long time ago. Cable is dead. I said that before, guys. Cable is dead. Not many people are actually signing up for cable. And even these streaming services are actually losing a lot of money. I believe the only streaming service that actually had growth lately has been YouTube TV. All the rest of them are losing subscribers. Disney Plus is in the tank. They're losing like over $1 billion a quarter. And Disney is so desperate, man, because they are getting destroyed across the board, whether it's theme parks, movies, like I just said, Disney Plus, ESPN. Yeah, they're desperate, man. They even got Stephen A. Smith out there putting out tweets telling people, hey, ditch Charter, sign up for Hulu Live or something else like that. They really, really, really do want, man. They're struggling. ESPN is struggling. Disney, they're panicking because they know the writing is on the wall, man. Cable is dead. And I believe that these customers actually are trying to sue Charter. I'm not trying to take sides here, but I'm getting a whole bunch of enjoyment because ESPN is failing now. Disney is failing. And we know that Disney wants to charge a whole bunch of money. But the consumer is saying, hey, we don't want to pay these prices. The cable companies know what will happen if they end up paying Disney more money. The consumer is going to say, wait a minute, my bill is going up now? Now I'm good. See, that happened with me. It was actually more with a streaming service. I actually had DirecTV for a while. Then the prices got outrageous, and I said, nah, I'm good. I went to Fubo. Then Fubo started raising their prices. I was like, and that was way cheaper than cable. I was like, nah, I'm not paying $115 a month for this. So I cut the cord. That's exactly what, well, when it comes to Fubo, that's not a cord. But still, it was pretty much cable 2.0. And then I just said, you know what? I'm done. Let me get an antenna and I'm good. So now my cable bill is $0 now. I'm liking it. And I believe that Charter customers, man, they're going to have to realize, man, cable is dead. It is dead. Go out there, get a streaming service. I know that not everybody is probably going to be able to do that. But man, the writing is on the wall. Cable is dead. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.